What's going on, everybody? King of Dragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the Mcfarlane Toys Mortal Kombat 11 Liu Kang. And so here we have the Mcfarlane Mortal Kombat 11 Liu Kang posing out of the packaging. Before we take a look at the figure, let's actually run through his accessories. Liu Kang does come with 2 pairs of hands. We do get a pair of grip hands. We get a flat-palmed right hand, and then we have a style-posed left hand. He also comes with his Nunchuck, which does fit in either of his grip hands, and of course he does come with the Mcfarlane Mortal Kombat display base. Other than that, Liu Kang doesn't come with anything else, so let's actually move on to his details. And so here we have a closer look at the Mcfarlane Liu Kang, and this is one instance where I feel like the actual figure in hand looks so much better than the prototype figure, because the prototype looked weird. His eyes were too small, his head seemed too small, his torso seemed too big. There's a lot of things that the prototype figure had me worried about the actual figure in hand, but having the figure here in my possession, I can honestly say it's better than the prototypes. I'm not gonna lie, it is miles above that prototype figure. It still has issues, which we'll go on in a little bit, but overall this is still much better than the prototype. I really do like this head sculpt. It's done exceptionally well. This is what you imagine Liu Kang looking like, although I feel like his cheeks are a little bit too chubby right here. Maybe if he had a more defined jaw, I'd probably like this figure a little bit more. But I still like the way he came out. The hair is done exceptionally well, and they did a really good job on his face. The paint on it looks really good. You can see he does have some hair coming over the bandana right here, or headband. It's not really a bandana, but we do have it coming over the head right here, going all the way to the back. And this is just signature Liu Kang since Mortal Kombat 2, where he has the bandana or the headband, which I think is a really nice take. He kind of came off as a Bruce Lee ripoff, which I know that's what he was supposed to kind of be. He was supposed to be like Bruce Lee in the original Mortal Kombat. Really glad that he did turn into his own thing, and it's such an iconic look, and this figure does a decent job of capturing it, with the exception of his shirt right here, which I think is the one thing that this figure has against it. Really not a fan of the vest, although it is done really nicely. The vest is textured right here. He has the white shirt, or the gi coming through the vest. Really liking the way they textured his vest right here. It has like a leathery look to it, and you can see it has seams going all the way around, especially on the sides, on the bottom. A lot of care went into sculpting this figure, and it's true to the source material, so I can't really fault it. One thing to note is that the shirt and vest are one solid piece. It's not like other figures where we've seen the shirt is sculpted, then they overlaid the vest, and then it became this really bulky looking figure like Scorpion and Sub-Zero. This figure actually does a really good job of making it look like actual wardrobe that you would wear, with a vest and shirt looking like they actually lay flush with each other, which is kind of nice. I do like that. His arms are bare with the exception of his gauntlet right here, where you can see it's supposed to be a dragon. At least that's what it looks like, because you have the eyes and then the tongue and then the mouth right here, and then the fins coming off to the side. At least that's what I see. I see a dragon. I don't know if you guys see a lotus in there. It could be a lotus, because the Order of the Temple of Light, the lotus, what are they called? The White Lotus? I think they're called the White Lotus. That might be an Avatar, the Last Airbender thing, but yeah. Really liking these gauntlets, although I would have preferred the traditional Liu Kang spiked gauntlets. Or they're not really spiked, they're like studded. And then I do have them with the grip hands. Now taking a look at his pants, where this screams iconic Liu Kang, with the red belt and the red going down the sides. Although his pants are brown here, the original Liu Kang did have black pants with the red trim. And again, this is just taken from the source material. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just my preferences. I prefer the MK2 style Liu Kang. But this does a really good job of matching that and updating it and how it would look today. As you can see, they do have the seams right here in the front. We do have some texturing right here on the side. Something I love about the Mcfarlane Mortal Kombat figures is the texture. The amount of detailing in these guys is phenomenal. You can see right here all that detailing on his pants. You see all the fabric. It looks like actual fabric, and then we have a different material right here on the side. really gorgeous looking. I love the way it looks. And then we have his belt, which again contrasts the texture. It's a little bit smoother and it comes down, so really do like that. Then we go on to his feet, where he does have the wraps going around his legs, tight around his ankles, and then he has his kung fu shoes right here. So really liking the detailing in Liu Kang. They even added the little pull tab right here in the back of his shoe. That's something they really didn't have to add, but it is there. Really do like the seam work on that too. So there's a lot of nice little details to like about this Liu Kang figure, and so much to enjoy about it. If this had been the shirtless version, I would have liked this figure even more than I already do, but it's still a really good looking figure. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually get him compared to other figures you may have in your collection. Here we have Liu Kang posed next to a Marvel Legends Cyclops and a DC Multiverse Superman. Here we have Liu Kang posed next to a WWE Elite Scale figure and a Mezco 1/12 Collective Popeye the Sailor Man. Here we have Liu Kang posed next to a Lightning Collection White Ranger and a Star Wars Black Series Mandalorian. And finally, here we do have Liu Kang posed next to a Mcfarlane Toys Scorpion and a Storm Collectible Scorpion. So with the comparisons out of the way, let's actually move on to Liu Kang's articulation. Now, he does have the 22-point articulation system that Mcfarlane has been using on all their latest figures, so let's actually run through it really fast. He does have a ball joint at the head, although because of the way his hair is sculpted along his vest, you don't get too much upward movement, but you do get some surprisingly amount of decent downward movement, so I do like that. If his hair wasn't butting up against the vest, he would get better range. Does tilt side to side nicely, and the hair is a softer piece. It's not 100% soft like all the other hair pieces we've seen, but it will get out of the way as you need it to. His arms are on ball joints going into the shoulders, or going into the torso, so we do have some forward and back motion, some up and down pivoting. Arms do go out to the side to about there. They go all the way around, no problem. We have a bicep swivel, which works fine. Double bend at the elbow, although his gauntlets will hinder some articulation, but it still gets better than 90 degrees, so I do like that. He has a ball hinge here at the wrist, which is really tight on mine, but it does go in and out. We can rotate that joint up to have up and down, and like I said, it's really stiff on mine. I don't know why. I'm going to have to heat that up just to loosen it a little bit. Now, he does have two ball joints here in the torso. We have one at the upper torso, and then we have one at the lower torso. Now, because he is wearing this big old vest, and it's kind of a dense material, you don't get too far back. That's about as far back as he goes. And going forward, ow, that actually hurt. I pricked my finger on his headband, so be careful when you're grabbing him. Don't grab him and put pressure on like that, because that really hurt. Ow, you can actually see that right there. That's where I got pricked. Dang. That's amazing that that is actually as sharp as it is, but he goes forward about that far, which isn't the best, so you're mainly going to be using that for rotation. He can pivot to the side a little bit, but again, because this vest is so thick, you don't really get too much articulation out of it, which is unfortunate. His legs, I feel he suffers from the most, besides his torso, of course, because you'd expect him to get into all these really action kung fu style poses, but he really can't. His legs do go forward all the way, so I do like that, but as soon as you get up, they start kicking off to the side, and you can see some stress marks forming on this soft crotch piece, which is a little bit unfortunate. You can see some discoloration. It goes back to normal after a while, but do be aware that that may cause some distress on this crotch piece. Going out to the side, that's about as far as it goes. I would have liked to see a full split, but that's pretty decent for Liu Kang, I guess. I would have preferred the full split, but that's honestly just me. We don't have any thigh rotation, which is unfortunate. He does have a double bend here at the knee, going up about that far, so we get pretty good range there. He does have a ball hinge here at the ankle, so it does rotate. We do have a hinge which goes back and forward facing pin for rocker ankle, and because his foot is on that ball joint, you can rotate it to give him a true rocker ankle, so that is pretty good. And then we do have a toe hinge, which that's ridiculous. No toe hinge should ever bend that back, but it does look good only because of how far forward it is on the foot, so it does do its job well, so I do like that. So overall, that's Liu Kang for you guys. There's really not much more to say about his articulation, other than I do like it. Hindered in some places, could be better in others, but it still works for what it is. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually get posed for my final thoughts, and then we'll wrap up this review. And so here we have Liu Kang posed for my final thoughts, and overall I think Mcfarlane has done a fantastic job with this figure. I do know we are getting a variant shirtless Liu Kang, which I am probably going to get, just so I can mix and match some parts. I really want to have an MK2 style Liu Kang, so I'm probably going to change out this figure, but that's another video for another time. As far as this figure goes, I think Mcfarlane has done a fantastic job with the MK11 Liu Kang. Now, this isn't the traditional Liu Kang. This is from Mortal Kombat 11. I know there are some people out there that are upset that Mcfarlane isn't doing classic characters. He's really just doing the Mortal Kombat 11 figure, so I don't really have an issue with that. I think all the designs so far have looked very good. There hasn't been one figure that has been terrible in terms of detailing. Articulation, yeah, it's hit and miss on some figures, but as far as Liu Kang goes, they did a really good job with him, and I'm really happy to have this version of Liu Kang in my collection. I'm honestly surprised this is the first Liu Kang that we've gotten from any company, from Storm Collectibles or even Mcfarlane. It's kind of funny that Mcfarlane was quicker on the draw with this. You need the hero of Earthrealm and the champion of Mortal Kombat in your collection, especially if you're a fan of Mortal Kombat. This Liu Kang is a must-have for any MK collector. If you are looking for a Liu Kang here, he is starting to hit stores at the time I'm making this video, so go ahead and check out your local Targets, Walmarts. He's available for Amazon for about $20 with free shipping if you have Amazon Prime. So if you really do need a Liu Kang in your Mortal Kombat collection and you don't want to wait for a Storm Collectible version, this is a really nice version to go with. He does fit in with the Storm Collectible figures as well, so there is some versatility with this figure as well. With that being said, guys, I'm KingofDragons 5000. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. Go ahead and check out all my other action figure reviews, as well as all my other Mcfarlane Mortal Kombat videos and my other Mortal Kombat videos. Hopefully you find them informative. As always, if there's a figure you would like to see me review, let me know down in the comments, and if it's in my collection, I'll definitely have a look at it. While you're at it, check out my Instagram account for new and exciting action figure photos, and as always, ring that bell to be notified every time I upload a video. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Take care, everyone.